Hi guys, Rick Pete back with another video for you. This is not going to be a best of video or a brief history of video. This is I don't want to call it a rant, but it probably is going to end up as a rant. Basically, I've decided to do this video just off the cuff, so I've not really sort of prepared any sort of notes, either physically or mentally. So if I do sort of ramble, I do go off point, and I do repeat myself, I apologise in advance. Basically, the video I'm going to do today, like I said, I don't want to call it a rant, but I suppose really it is. It's a video about the Bellas, Nikki and Brie. Basically, anybody who's watched any of my other videos or has seen me on the OWO channel will have heard my comments, or anybody who's in any of the Facebook groups that I'm in will have heard my comments and sort of got the general theory of my opinion of the Bellas. I have very little opinion of them, to be honest. So I decided I'd do a video. I don't want to make it a hate video. The thing is, I don't hate the Bellas. Personally, they're maybe really nice women. I don't know. Never met them. Don't want to. But I'm just going to do this video as a sort of, like I said, I don't want to call it a rant, but it probably will end up coming across as a rant. So it's just basically my feelings on the Bellas, and the women's sort of divas division as well in WWE. So yeah, first off, I'll start off with my Bella opinion. As I've said, I have a very low opinion of the Bellas. Since they came into WWE, I've just never been interested in them whatsoever. Neither of them has shown me anything amazing in the ring. All they ever seem to do is either cheat by using the twin magic, or get some other little stooge or goon that they have hanging around with them at the time, such as Alicia Fox, Team Bella. She's basically just been their little goon whenever WWE creative have got bored and just thought, we'll just throw her with Bellas again. I know WWE as a rule don't really give a damn about the women's wrestling, whereas if you go to NXT, obviously it's taken a lot more seriously, and the matches there are 10 times better than what's on Raw. I would say on SmackDown, but I don't watch SmackDown, to be honest. It's for a long time it's just been a Raw recap show. But yeah, the Bella Twins have just never impressed me. Never impressed me in the ring. Never really cut a decent promo. I'll be honest. Until Paige turned up on the scene, I'd skip any women's match that was on Raw. As soon as Paige turned up, I'd start showing a bit more interest. If AJ Lee was wrestling a Bella, I'd watch it. On the off chance that you'd actually get to see a Bella lose. Usually, like, and the very few pushes Natalia's had, she's come away with a couple of victories over the Bellas, which has always been nice. But yeah, very rarely watched the women's matches, which isn't the case with NXT. I've watched a lot of NXT, as you can tell by my t-shirt. The women's matches there are a lot better, and the belt says women's title on it, which is what, again, is wrong with Raw. You've got a talentless, and she is a diva. I personally don't think she's that good looking, but I know a lot of men do find her attractive. She does nothing for me. Neither of the Bellas do, if I'm honest. But you've got her walking around. She's got an attitude. I know a lot of it is obviously for the benefit of the TV program, but I have read quite a few things saying that Nikki Bella does actually carry that same attitude away from the program and away from the reality program Total Divas, which is scripted to hell. Everybody knows that. Although I have heard that off camera Brie Bella is pretty approachable, which probably explains why Daniel Bryan ended up with her, because I can't see him going for anybody like Nikki Bella, who quite frankly comes across as a bitch on Raw. I don't watch Total Divas. I just don't see the point of it. I just think it's just WWE trying to milk more TV time. But yeah, Nikki Bella just comes across as a complete bitch on Raw, bitch on Total Divas, and I've heard that she is actually a bitch away from the camera. You know, I mean, my John Cena's with her, I don't know. Oh, it could be the enhanced chest. You know, that may be it. But, you know, he could have any woman he wants. Why would he go for her? And that leads me to my next point of the fact that of who the Bellas are with probably dictates the success they've had in the WWE, especially Nikki, you know. Gets a boob job, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're still trying to use twin magic. Are the referees in WWE really that stupid? Or do WWE think we, the fans, are really that stupid that a referee is not going to notice, you know, a not flat chested, but, you know, a normal chested woman was in the match with 1 minute, and then all of a sudden there's a pinfall and her boobs have grown during a 3 count? Do WWE really think us, the fans, are that stupid? What they need to realise is we do have a memory. We do notice things like this. Like way back when China had a boob job, Shawn Michaels and Triple H made a point of it because they knew that the fans would pick up on it. And it wasn't one of them things that WWE could try and keep quiet further down the line. They made a point of it because, A, you know, it got ratings. But it was obvious that she'd had a boob job. Same with Nikki Bella, you know, which just goes to add to my fact that she is pretty conceited, and, you know, she's pretty much full of herself. Brie quite happily, you know, with what she is, doesn't feel the need for surgery. Nikki, there was nothing wrong with her. It's not like she had nothing there. You know, decides, oh no, I need to get bigger boobs in order to get on in the, you know, in WWE. No, all you need to do is do what you're doing now, love, and get with John Cena. You know, whatever he's Vince's top boy, he'll always be able to put a word in for you. So therefore, you'll always have a top spot, or you'll always be in top spot storylines. It makes no sense. I mean, thank God for Becky, Charlotte, and even Sasha Banks, who I was sort of never drawn to the character in NXT, but, you know, she can do it in the ring. She can cut a decent promo. Charlotte obviously can do it in the ring. You know, she was born into wrestling, you know, and she can cut a decent promo. Paige, who I'm a massive fan of, and not just because she's English. I just genuinely think Paige is great. I have a massive crush on Paige. Becky Lynch as well. She can do a great match, cuts a great promo, and again, not just because she's British, but I have a massive crush on Becky Lynch as well. She's amazing. But yeah, those 4 women that have come up from NXT. 3 women who have come up from NXT have really, in my opinion, shown up the Bellas. They've shown what women can do in a wrestling match, how to do a wrestling match, how to do a decent interview. And the more they're on camera, the more WWE have got to realise that the Bellas are actually talentless wastes of space. I apologise if anybody out there doesn't agree. You know, if you're a massive Bella fan, A, I feel sorry for you. B, you know, get over it. And C, I really don't care. Because they are everything that is wrong with the WWE women's division. You've got a talentless bimbo carrying around a belt that suits the Divas division name. But why not change it back to the women's division? Now you've actually got 4 women in Paige, Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky Lynch that can actually hold a decent match. Change it back to the women's title. Get Natalya back involved. You know, she can wrestle. Send the Bellas back down to NXT like you did with Emma. Get them trained up. Take them off camera. Just keep them on the Total Divas program for all I care. Just get them off Raw. They do not belong in a wrestling ring. Neither of them are entertaining. Like I said, from day one, as soon as they turned up on the scene, I was like, oh, right, yeah, 2 talentless bimbos. And then all of a sudden, Nikki's champion. She's only been champion as long as she can. She has been, sorry. So WWE can overwrite AJ Lee's longest title reign. They've done that, so take the belt off her. Make her lose it. You know, give it to somebody who can hold the match. Somebody who deserves it. A Paige, Charlotte, a Becky, a Sasha. You know, just don't keep it on the Bellas, because I'm pretty sure I'm in a majority of wrestling fans, not just male wrestling fans, but wrestling fans who are sick of the sight of the Bellas. Yeah, my stepdaughter is 9-year-old. She doesn't watch wrestling with me every week, but if she's sat with me while I'm watching it, as soon as the bells come on, even she'll say, "Oh God, is she still champion?" She's 9 year old. That's supposed to be the target audience for your Bella fans. And my stepdaughter can't stand them. If she plays the video game with me, um, you know, we'll play a tag match. She'll have her female character. I'll play as an existing wrestler, and she will not be happy until we've actually beaten the crap out of the Bellas. And at 9 year old, she's at the age where she's supposed to look up to somebody like the Bellas as a role model. I've told her they're not somebody to look up to. You people like Paige, Becky, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, who've worked hard, Bailey from NXT. Yeah, the biggest person I've given her as a role model is Ronda Rousey. I know she's not a wrestler. She's a UFC fighter, but I've told my stepdaughter that's somebody you want to look up to. She worked hard at school. She works really hard to do what she does in her sport. She could get injured at any time, so she had to have qualifications when she left school in case anything happened to her in her fighting career to end it. So I've told her she's a role model, not the Bellas. The Bellas are not somebody to be looked up to. They just prove, like I've said, it's not what you can do, it's who you're with. And that to me is just wrong. A women's champion should be somebody who is capable of putting on a good match with anybody. I've heard it before and I've read it, that if you can put on a brilliant match with a sweeping brush, you deserve to be a champion. I've read somewhere that Kurt Hennig, or Mr. Perfect, was that sort of person. He could get in a ring with a sweeping brush and still pull off a brilliant match. He'd be able to do enough with it to entertain people. I mean, alright, who won't be entertained by watching somebody wrestle a sweeping brush? That would be hilarious. But it's all about a lot of books I've read of wrestlers' biographies have said it's all about telling a story when you're in the ring. I've never seen a decent Bellas match where you've sort of gone along with anything to do with either of them, Brie or Nikki. But like I've said, you get your Charlottes, your Paiges, your Becky Lynch's, your Sasha Bankses, your Natalia's in the ring with them, and they can make it look like, I'm getting beat up, I'm getting hurt, and then if they get a comeback, if they're lucky enough to get a comeback against a Bella, they can draw you in and make you think, yeah, go on, you can do it, you can beat her, and then when they do, if they do beat the Bellas, you're over the moon. But I really think WWE need to just take the Bellas out of the ring, keep them on the Total Divas program. By all means, run something like that around them. Behind the scenes of life with Nikki and Brie. Who cares, as long as it's not anything to do with wrestling, because neither of them can do a decent wrestling match. Brie started doing Daniel Bryan's kick to the chest kicks, and the crowd started chanting yes. But I've heard a lot of people chanting no, because they, like me, are massive Daniel Bryan fans, and they don't want to see something like that ruined by somebody like her. And there's all this, Brie mode. What is Brie mode? What? You're going to run and jump and knee somebody in the face? Right, okay. That's amazing, yeah. Compared to the God knows how many moves. I mean, I would imagine Charlotte Flair has not used moves for years, and those amount of moves she's not used will probably be more than the moves than the combined Bellas do use on a show. They're just everything that is wrong with women's wrestling. They wouldn't last 2 minutes in a company that specialises in women's wrestling. They wouldn't even get through the door. And if they did, they'd be told, right, well, you're basically going to be here to put new talent over. They'd be jobbers. A company like Shimmer, who's all women's wrestling, wouldn't entertain the Bellas, wouldn't give them the time of day, because they can't wrestle. Put the Bellas back on NXT, they'll get shown up. Bailey, can do a better match than the Bellas, hence why she's NXT champion, women's champion. NXT has a women's division. They don't have an NXT Divas division. They've got a women's division with a women's title, and that is the difference between, even though it's a WWE product, Triple H runs NXT. He prefers women's wrestling. Vince still obviously runs Raw, and he has say in everything. So what he decides that the women are going to do is final. That's fine, Vince, but if you're not bothered about the women's division, get rid of it. Or at least put them on Superstars or some other show. Give them a bit more chance on SmackDown. I mean, I don't watch SmackDown. I haven't done for years. To me, it's just a Raw recap show with a couple of little bits thrown in between. But if you're not that bothered about your women's division, put it on, a B show like SmackDown or Superstars, something like that. Just get rid of it off Raw and just keep that to wrestling for the men. Unless you're going to actually show an interest and get the women who can wrestle, like I've said all the way through, your Paiges, your Charlottes, your Beckys, your Sashas, your Natalias, who can hold a decent match. But I mean, then that's 5 women. There's only so many times they can wrestle each other before the crowd starts getting bored. They need to seriously bring through. And I don't think it'll be long before Bayley's up on the main roster. She'll be women's champion down there, get used to being in front of a bigger crowd, and when Triple H thinks she's ready, he'll move her up. He'll suggest that she go up to Raw. It's just how it works. That NXT, even though it's its own brand, is still essentially for getting the talent ready for the big step up. And I personally can't wait. You bring Bayley up, alright, that's still only 6 women that can actually wrestle. And then you've got your likes of your Bellas, who can't wrestle. Your Alicia Foxes, who, she could probably be a jobber. So that would make 6, 7 if Bayley moved up. And then you've got your Eva Marie, who is another one who annoys me because she is talentless. She can't wrestle. You can send her to NXT all you want. I read an article about a botched finish in a match. And now the crowd, quite rightly, were furious. I've not actually seen that match myself yet, but she was rubbish on Raw. She again was like the diva thing. Yeah, she was alright to look at, but that's it. She can't wrestle, can't cut a decent promo. She has no right to be in a wrestling ring. She's a long way off being the finished article. She shouldn't even be on NXT TV. She should still be just stuck off camera, working until she's at the point where she's good enough to get in a ring. She's, to me, her and the Bellas can just, I don't want to swear because there may be children watching, but go and do the Total Divas style program with the 3 of them and Alicia Fox. Let them 4 just go away, do something like that, and then leave the women who can wrestle to do the matches. Alright, it'll cut down on the amount of matches that we see, but you put 1 match on Raw a week, it gives you a variation. Like I said, there's only Paige, Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Natalia at the moment. But Natalia doesn't even get many wrestling matches. I mean, I don't know whether she's off while Tyson's injured. She's sort of took time off to be there with him, or what. But when she was on TV regular, she only came down with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. She could wrestle. Get her in a ring. Give her the push that she quite rightly deserves, instead of always pushing the Bellas. You put a Bella versus Bella match at a pay-per-view. Who cares? I skipped the match. I watched it the next day and skipped straight through the match. Didn't care who won. Couldn't give a toss. To me, like I've said, both talentless, both waste of time. And then all of a sudden, Nikki sides with Stephanie McMahon. And then her and Brie are at each other. Wow, bothered. Don't care. Don't give a shit. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, Brie's forgiven Nikki for everything she did, everything she said, and they're back together again. That is an example of WWE not giving a damn about women's wrestling, not bothering about keeping up to storylines. It's like, oh well, we're sisters, I forgive you. Sorry if that had been like in a real life situation, and I'd been sided with my brother in an argument against somebody, and then he turned round on me and sided with them. That'd be it. I won't bother with him. As real life. I mean, obviously, real life is different to wrestling. A lot of people watch wrestling to escape real life. I know I do. My girlfriend watches soap operas, like I know a lot of guys' girlfriends do. And, the guys watch wrestling. It's a few hours a week where you can sit down, switch off, watch something, and just forget about, bills and everything. It's just relaxed time. just enjoy something that you're into. Like the majority have been into it since we were children, you know. But it's just like, I just don't see why WWE insist on ramming the bellas down people's throats. It's just wrong. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. That is my, that's what I'm going to call it, anti-Bella video, diva, Bella rant, whatever you want to call it. But it's a video that I wanted to get out there because, like I said, if somebody's seen any other videos of mine or videos that I've been featured in on OWO fan, and so I wonder, well, why is he sort of cutting himself off when it comes to Bellas? This is my video, like I've said at the beginning, to explain my issues with the Bellas. The fact that they're both talentless, can't wrestle, can't cut a decent promo, don't belong in a WWF ring, a WWE ring even. Neither of them belong in a wrestling ring. They're far from being ready. And the fact, like I've said, that Brie has started to do Daniel Bryan's kicks, it's just wrong. If Daniel Bryan ever comes back, some people who recently started watching wrestling are going to see that and go, oh, that's what Brie Bella does. No, she stole that from Daniel Bryan. I mean, alright, you could say, oh no, it's her paying tribute to her husband. Fine, whatever, but at the end of the day, she's a Bella. She doesn't belong in a wrestling ring. They don't belong behind a microphone. The only thing that is suited to them, like I've said, is total divas. So that's, like I said, that is my Bella, rant video. I hope I haven't gone on too long. But yeah, I just wanted to get it out there. My problem with the Bellas. So yeah, I've done it, and that's it. So if you have any comments or anything you'd like to say, leave it in the comment section. As always, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. So I've got other videos out there, and don't forget to check out OWO Fan 19, my buddy Josh's channel. He does a lot of wrestling related stuff, not just WWE. He goes to a lot of independent shows as well. So yeah, that's this video over and done with. Just like to say thank you for watching, thanks for your time, and I'll be back soon with a new video.